as a result, they managed to pull that flag a lot quicker.
Yeah, very nice play from both teams. Actually, they got it down very nice and quick. We are going to go out to Carbon S&D. It'll be an interesting matchup because, to be honest, every other game we've seen has been a whitewash from each point. Now, this is a close game. I mean, they're not the most known teams. They don't have the best players in them. But still, it's been interesting, a bit more of an interesting watch than to see Apex NA run trains over people and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. So I'd have to agree with that. And I have to draw attention to Fluff coming second at COD XP. I mean, in terms of how much he's won, I believe he's the third most achieved player in our community, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Now, we're not going to talk about how we got to LA because things have been said that I will not repeat of how we got there. But to be honest, I mean, would you do what you've heard personally to get there?
No, I wouldn't. I completely condone it.
I call BS to you, sir. Anyway, Monksy, how is it possible for you to bump into the Apex NA side?
I believe it is. We have to play, depending on whether we win our next game, we'd have to play a Mazes team potentially for top 12, and then we'd be playing Prophecy, and if we were to win that and get that far, we'd be playing the winner of Flame Retardant or Apex NA, hypothetically.
So who would you prefer to play out of them? I mean, you've got Western Wolves, Flame Retardant, Apex NA. Who would you rather play out of all them?
In terms of, I'd love to play Apex NA regardless of what the outcome is going to be, just because it could potentially be a one-off opportunity. I've played Mac and Toby and had a bit of a vendetta at the past 3 events, and I just love to play someone new.
Yeah, it will obviously be a good game. Whoever they play in the top 8, I think they can be challenged. I mean, everyone's concentrating on them, but there is teams here that can beat them, and well, it's very possible. I mean, I'm one of the people that says I think they're going to win the event.
Yeah.
But still, people could beat them. I think people are hyping them a lot, but the event isn't about them. It is about the whole community and everyone coming together and going to LAN together and meeting all your LAN friends.
I think it's absolutely fantastic though that we've seen the community outcome in such a large
what do you want,
viewing.
Tommy?
We seem to have a wild Tommy's appeared, and he's now retreated, thank God.
This has happened to me quite a lot actually today. People just coming up talking to you while you're commentating. It's just like, yeah, I'm definitely on stream. I'm definitely still here.
Yes.
And we are still waiting on the teams setting up at the moment. I think people are struggling with headsets and such. I'm not 100% sure.
With such a large turnout, I think that's always going to be problems though that arise.
Yeah, it's always going to be the case.
I'll say, how many teams have we had?
112.
That's absolutely amazing. Bearing in mind the community about 2 years ago was probably about 12, and now it's almost tenfolded. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. We're going to go to a very quick break while we find out what's going on with the headsets and the such. We won't be very long, and we'll be back to you very, very shortly to start live at EGL5.
From the start
You are back here with the Server Live at EGL5. We are watching some S&D on Carbon. Monksy, what is your preferred tactic on this map? And we're obviously watching Fluff using an ACR, red dot silence, snipe hand, focus, sort of thing that you would use. What would you be doing on this map?
I'd have to say you want to be pushing that top middle railings area. It's something that's quite brave to do, but it seems I watched a lot of the younger seeded teams, and they were utilising it very, very well and winning a lot of S&Ds 4-0. And I think this is a tactic that should be used a lot more on this map. You see here, Fluff is raining fire down at the bottom middle building. I'd like to draw attention to how well Fluff played in the previous map, having aided the flag run in the overtime.
Big shots by Fluff there, taken and received by him. Nice shot on Stokes there. Nice play by Fluff there. He's been very aware of the right-hand side here. Anybody pushing up down this side will be taken out by the big Samoan. I'm not sure what's his name. What's his name again? He is actually Samoan. I'm sure he is. If he isn't, then that's a bit insulting. But
well, regardless, he's doing a great job of pushing up this mid layer.
Yes, it's COD.
we're here for COD, Tony.
I know, but he is Samoan. Oh, he gets taken out as well.
And he gets taken out.
We have to be a little bit careful when we're commentating on this. I don't think the teams can hear from where we are, though, so I think we are all right. Currently on board with Jordan. Big shots into there. Nice play by Jordan. He gets away with that by shooting that barrel, taken out inside. I think a little bit fortunate, if anything, but he is now checking the middle building. Is the 2-on-2 situation for both teams. Yeah,
and I believe it's Jordan and Shizzle last alive for the CVG team. We see Jordan here has been using this ACR virtually all game. And in particular, the first map, he was playing quite passively. And you see this once again on the attack, having a much more gradual approach. I'm sure Rambo would approve of this if you heard about his Russian rants. But you see Jordan taking down C-Tom to bring the scores as 1-0 to CVG.
Yeah, CVG are pulling away a little bit, taking that first map, taking them 1-0 into the first round of the second map. I'm going to stick on board with them, see what they can do from the defensive side. I am going to stick on board with Jordan. See what we can do after that 2-kill brace in the first map, first round, first game. I'm not even quite sure. But on board with Jordan still.
Yeah, and he's going to be looking down this right-hand side, and this is what you see with a lot of the holding AR players, actually. They just seem to reside by these back stairs, and there's a very, very good counter spot that I've seen this event actually pop up, which is a gap in the little metal sheets, and this is a great spot here. I didn't actually know about this myself, but he's going to be looking up towards that top middle sheet, and he seems fully aware of the little gap in the metal fence, which, if any of you are unaware, is definitely a great thing to be aware of in the S&Ds in particular.
Yeah, it's just like a little hole, isn't it? That you can see through. It's a bit weird. Because it doesn't seem as if you can see through it very well on the other side. So it is a very good position to use on the attack. Of course, you can get on top of these little sheet things as well, which is a pretty decent spot if you can catch your opponent unawares. Jordan has to be a little bit careful that nobody just runs down the right-hand side, or he will be caught unawares from underneath him. As Shizzle takes out Stokes, see Tom taking out Kookie with the Semtex grenade. Jordan's in a good position to get a kill. Oh, it seems as if we have a problem here. Inside has disconnected, and the game has been ended instantly. I think they are probably just going to go for a 1-0 lead and restart the round. Probably the fair thing to do, but a little bit unfortunate for CVG. They were in a bit of an advantage. A bit of an advantage position, yes, that's what I was going to say.
Well, I encountered an even worse situation earlier on where it came to 3-3 on the S&D, and it disconnected and then replayed, and it was completely out of favour for the other team, and I thought, you know, what happens, I guess.
These things
all down to the day
happen, and people are going to get annoyed at it, and, well, Imperial probably a little bit happy that happened, actually, because, if anything, they were a little bit out of that there.
Yeah, definitely, and I thought like the positions on the map, particularly by Shizzle, was watching that middle area, which we didn't get to see on the stream actually, but he's doing a great job of holding down the entire map basically by himself and not allowing anyone to get into the B-bomb site, and as a result, Imperial pretty much locked into their spawn. But we're going to start this up again with a 1-0 advantage to CVG. I'm not sure which side each team is going to be selecting actually.
I'm not 100% sure what side we are going on. But if we could, we will be taking a very quick break while we're waiting on the players restarting. I'm waiting on Ainsley giving me the nod. He's not. Just go for a very quick break while we are waiting on the players rejoining into the game, and we'll be back with you in just 1 minute.
keep waking up to the thunder and the rain. The storm they make outside my window, it won't break me, no. What's outside is not within. There'll be a change to stop the system. It's not just dreams, the way we'll be can make it real together. It's not just dreams, yeah, we will be free. In the future I see.
Alive. It rhymes quite well, if anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
great intro you got there. Maybe that could be your little catchphrase.
EGL5.
Yeah, we're on board with Fluff, who's just resided into this little corner in the B area. I've seen the spot used by a lot of players, but it seems that he's just going to be locking down the middle map, and I think as a result we should change point of views, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not much is going to be happening there. We can agree on that.
Very boring. Oh, yeah, we go. Jordan making a bit of a
He's just creeping up this right hand side.
Creeping.
He's
using like Sam Wally does in a club in the middle of Blackpool. I've never seen anything like it. Literally, I think he goes off a nice kill by Jordan there, by the way, but he goes off the basis of, well, if you creep on every girl in the club, you're going to succeed at one point. And it usually works for him, as Imperial do take 2 of the CVG team out. We are looking at CVG, Cookie and Fluff in a 1v3 situation now for Cookie. He does take out 1, and that is inside down Stokes and C-Tom to go. And Cookie is not in the best of positions. They are aware of where he is.
Yeah, but he could definitely do this here. He's trying to get an angle on the B bomb site, and he's fully aware that they have just planted the bomb. He's just going to shoot someone in the back there, and it's C-Tom who's completely unaware, but Stokes comes and shoots him in the back and cleans it up. It's going to be 1-0 there to Imperial, and a great rush. I'd say breaking the defense, which is a really, really important thing. If you consider this map a bit like tennis, which is probably a really bad example, but when you're trying to break a serve, that's sort of what I consider attack. If that makes any sense to anyone watching, I'm sorry if it doesn't.
Anyway, I'm not too sure what round advantage we're going off here. I think CVG were 1-0 up when we ended it, and then...
Oh, that makes sense.
So, yeah, CVG... Is this right? Am I going right? Yeah, I think that means it's 1-1 now, does it?
I hope so.
I think that's what we're going with.
I just want this game to be as long as possible, because it's turned out to be a really great game, because it's been really close. It's been one of the first rounds where I've seen no one steamroll the other team, which is a great thing to see. When like the rounds become to sort of come towards an end, it's great to see that teams are matching up against similarly skilled, and as a result you always get to see the better games and better moments as a result.
Yeah, it's definitely not a case of watching the better teams. Of course you do get better players sometimes from the better teams, but at the same time, you can get some nice little games in between the smaller teams, and it's always nice to watch as Imperial C-Tom does take out Cookie. That is a 3v4 situation in the favour of Imperial. Well, taking it to 3v3 now, as Shizzle does take out C-Tom. 3v3 situation, Jordan, Shizzle and Fluff against Stokes, Dunks and inside. Fluff may be wasting his grenade a little bit. I say this before it explodes, but it does explode and nobody is taken out.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the stats there. I think it was Imperial. Stokes there was 3-0. He seemed to do all the work for that attack. If you saw, he just completely cleared the path of the middle area, and as a result his team managed to completely manipulate that B bomb site. But we're on board with Fluff. He's trying to get a great angle with this ACR down on the factory side of the map. There's almost guaranteed to be someone defending that A bomb site on that side of the map, so it's probably a good idea to try and utilise every angle possible from a safe distance.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit careful that nobody pops himself over the top of the cement centre there, as Dunks does take out Shizzle, so it's a 2v3 situation in the favour of Imperial. We have a Fluff and I think it's Stokes, not Fluff and Jordan against Stokes is on the other team, never mind. So we got Fluff and Jordan against Stokes inside, who has just been killed by Fluff. Nice little drop shot and shots there by Fluff with the ACR, so it's Stokes and Dunks taking on Jordan and Fluff, and it seems to be making an aggressive push, yeah?
Yeah, with only 30 seconds to go, they're going to have to plant this bomb and hold it down. You see Jordan is going to be pushing onto this bomb site here and going to be trying to plant the bomb, but Stokes is there but gets a kill. Fluff trading kills there and taking him down in return. Fluff needs to plant this bomb with 15 seconds to go. Goes for a bit of a fake plant, even though the sound doesn't come up on this game. 10 seconds to go, he really needs to plant this bomb. I'm not sure if they can hear me, so I'm sort of trying to hush my voice a little bit, but this is very, very tense.
Yeah, I think we're going to be screen watching from some of the teams there. Shizzle isn't happy about it, and the time limit does run out there. We really need to get a ref over here at the minute.
And we have a bit of crowd interaction there by a wild Mad Cat. But yeah, we do have a bit of screen watching there, and that's something which we probably cannot help. I think a referee really needs to come over and sort that out, because otherwise that could be a problem for the rest of the game. Yeah,
that is going to be now 2-0 to Imperial. That is a little bit unfortunate to see that. I'm not too sure I was doing that. I did actually watch him do it though.
It's a shame to see that, because that would have been a great, great round. And I think that's put CVG in a bit of a disfavourable position, because they probably could have broke the attack and maybe held this defence, and as a result could have took the map quite comfortably. But as a result now it's going to be a lot closer.
Yeah, we're going to move away from Shizzle and Fluff.
Whoa.
Big bass coming from the mainstream there.
Just trying to prove who's the daddy of all streams.
Yeah, I know, they were just showing off their wings there, weren't they? They were just
yeah.
like, oh yeah, we can make these.
Ainsley, bigger base. And we have Cookie who's just going to be holding down the stress on Side Factory. Once again, it's a bit of a stand-up player from CVG. We've seen this quite a lot, but C-Tom being a boss, just running into that B building, completely smashing Fluff there. And Cookie's going to be trying to hold down this A side. He's managed to spot a guy in the middle area, coming a bit of a 1v1 duel there, but he managed to pick up the kill on Dunks, and inside cleans it up. I believe we're in a 1v3 situation here, with Jordan being last alive against
lots of people. C-Tom, Stokes, and
inside.
He's going to pick up one kill, and now he's going to have to go for the other. He's going to run straight in the B bomb site, and he gets the other as well. He has to go for the third. He will be lingering around the outside somewhere. I'd imagine he will be in the middle of the building. I'm not 100% sure. Jordan has to be careful here. We need to make sure no screen watching is going on. Fluff's watching out for his team here, but Jordan is in 1v1 situation here, coming from the 1v3, and I think he's going to go the defuse. Maybe be a little bit cheeky about it. He needs to do something now.
I believe he's just in the corner of his foot there, and John's going to have to go for this defuse now with 9 seconds to go. The opposing player is going to have to sprint at Jordan. I believe he fell down the stairs, but he manages to clean that up. That's great play from inside there, and I believe that's going to be 3-1 in favour of Imperial.
Yeah, Imperial going to go 3-1 up as inside. We'll take that round. Nice little pair by him. He just stayed alive. Jordan got a little bit unlucky there in the middle of the 1v3, but it's looking as if it's going to go into a 1-1 situation. We're going to go to the last map here.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see. I think whatever the last ETF map is, regardless, this is going to be a great outcome for this match. I think the best of three sort of let it down a little bit, but I feel that this is going to be a great. It's been a great matchup regardless, because it's been so close, and I haven't really seen many multi-kills, which is what you see a lot in these games, because the player's skill is so close. No one can really take it away in terms of just completely steamrolling the map.
Yeah, inside sitting in a little bit of a dirty position here with the CACR silenced. I wouldn't be used to silencing a silenced weapon in that sort of close like he was looking through a very small gap. I mean, even that as well. I mean, looking through the sheet. I mean, I'm missing out on some spots here. I think the community's evolved since I've started playing.
See, these are stuff that my old hardcore COD 4 days would be proud of. But you see a lot of angles are just completely
that's what I miss about playing S&D, is that you learn all these filthy angles, but you don't see much of it in Deserto, but you get it in the later stages.
Yeah, definitely.
Later on, but
yeah, it seems as games evolved. I think that was something that Black Ops was definitely missing, because S&D was completely avoided in Black Ops. Because obviously we had CTF, Demolition, and there was sort of no need to play the S&D because only 1 in 5 maps. Yeah. Whereas now the main focus is on S&D, excluding CTF. So you see a lot more teams moving over to GB and use that as good practice. And we're on board with C-Tom, and no we're not, because Tony's just hopped over to Dunks.
I'm just going to keep changing it every time he mentions it. We're on board with Stokes, change it. We're on board with inside, change it. Go back to Stokes. We'll stay on board with Stokes, who is watching the B bomb site in a little bit of a dirty position here. He has to be careful. Nobody comes around behind him, and he is going to save somebody up top. As C-Tom inside, take out Jordan and Fluff, and it's going to be Cookie, the last one alive, and he is taken out by Dunks. So that's going to be a 4-round whitewash by the Imperial team. A little bit tainted, possibly, by a tad bit of screen watching that I did personally see myself. I don't think CBJ are going to bring it up that much, because they did actually get beat 4-1. But
yeah, I think
it is besides the point, and Marky's doing the did not reach rank behind me. What a loser.
I think it's interesting though that since the game's been ended, Imperial managed to take every single round. Maybe that was sort of the break that they needed in order to sort of get back into this game. And it's interesting to see whether that could pay dividends to the CBG team in the last map.
And we are going to go to a very